Okay, I'm going to attempt to show you how to make sourdough bread. Of course, there's always children around. So I'm just going to pause the video and I'll probably put it all together because because it's a process. So I'm actually making my loaf and your loaf, and I'm going to be starting cinnamon rolls, but I probably won't. I'll probably pause it when I do the cinnamon rolls. So to make the sourdough bread, I have been using this same recipe, which I'll give you. It's 110 grams of starter, 370 grams of water, 100 grams of unbleached all-purpose flour, 400 grams of bread flour, and I like King Arthur bread flour, and 12 grams of salt, and that's it. And I did forget to mention one of the things that like I can't live without when I make bread is my scale, my kitchen scale, because I hate dirtying up a million measuring cups, and then it also makes it kind of hard to replicate your recipes if you are not weighing your ingredients. This makes it like exact. So in a bowl, just any old big mixing bowl, you just don't really want to use a metal bowl, so if you have a plastic bowl or a glass bowl is basically what you want to use. My starter lives in this jar, and you can see it's like bubbly and alive. That's what you want. I'm actually going to have Natalie pick up the camera, will you, while I pour this in here? So Minnie, just make sure you get, let me see.
You in it?
Okay. Where it's looking at. So this is what it looks like when it is alive and active and ready to go, and it will make your bread rise. And this is just unbleached all-purpose flour and drinking water. And I fed this starter last night. I also weigh out my feeding ingredients for that. I fed it last night so that it would grow for this morning. So anyway, you pick it up and watch. All my spoons are in the dishwasher from yesterday. Stop throwing stuff! Alright, close the camera.
Okay.
He just threw.
Hello. I'll see you at sleepover. Hi, Grammy. I can't wait to see you at the sleepover. We're back.
Alright, pick it up. Put the camera up. Here, switch it around so you
I don't know if you can see this.
got it?
Look. Oh,
Got it?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you want to turn your scale on and make sure it's on 0. Okay, and then I'm going to pour and yes, my jar is crusty and cranky, and that is exactly how it likes to be. I don't know. So I'm going for 110 grams of starter. All right, get the scale, Minnie.
The scale? What
Yeah,
about?
the numbers on the scale and the stuff poured. Back up.
I can't see the numbers on the scale if I'm that far away. So I'm gonna zoom in once in a while.
All right, I went a little bit over. It's really okay because a gram is such a small unit.
You're at 100 and okay, 100. Okay,
You know what? That's close enough.
112 or 100.
110. Okay, I got that in my first
That's
bowl.
not 110.
And
that's
since I'm making
112.
2 loaves, I'm going to do 110 in the other bowl. So back to 0.
Back to 0.
And we're going to do 110 in this bowl. So you just start. You want to start with a healthy, active starter that I fed last night.
Give me like 1 second. There we go. $109, $110, $109,
Okay, good enough.
$100.
That's because I got the spoon. There we go.
Okay. 100 and
You know what?
12.
2 grams over is okay. And at the same time, I'm actually, you can pause it real quick. I gotta start my cinnamon rolls. Pause it real quick.
Okay, hello.
Alright. So now I am just, there's only a little bit of starter left. And I will probably pour the rest of that into my discard jar, which is what I keep in the refrigerator.
Really?
And that's what I make. Whoa, help it.
Okay.
That's what I make waffles and all that other stuff out of. Muffins. Pretty much anything that you use flour in, You can use this part.
As in my breakfast.
Right, which is in the oven. Strawberry
Dude,
muffins.
it's the fall. Help, help.
Okay, back to the sourdough. So I'm just going to cover my jar up. I don't want any gnats or any bugs or anything to get in it.
Mom, you're gonna
And
I told you, you're gonna make it fall.
we're new at this.
Okay.
Okay. So I covered it up and I'll feed it later on tonight. So back to the simple, just the sourdough boule loaf that we are making. So you get to watch me make 2 of them because I'm making mine and yours. So in this bowl of sourdough starter, you're gonna add, I'm gonna add,
Why is it look green in the camera?
370 grams of water.
Does this bowl look green too? What about you? I don't know where my juice is.
It's in the living room.
Dude, do I pause it?
No,
Okay.
I'm coming. Okay, and this can be tap water. It can be any kind of water. It only matters that it's like drinking water.
It needs to be
for your
water.
when you're feeding your starter. So I'm doing 370 grams of water in this bowl.
They're not even close to 300 or 100. Oh, yeah, 100.
This is why I like the scale
Why don't you just fill it up to 300?
because I don't know how much it is.
Stop.
It's about 2 cups. Is 370 grams. I'm at 340.
You put too much. You're at
No, I'm going to 370. Oh, can you get in more juice?
Yeah, where's the juice? Okay.
Okay, right at 370. And you don't need one of these, but it's really nice. This is called a dough whisk. And you want to mix.
Here, I'll do
Thank
it.
you.
Just
Push it around.
I know.
You want to mix the water and the starter
sourdough.
together. Really good. Just till it's liquid. All right. We're gonna pause it while I do the other bowl.
Okay. Hold on. There.
All right. Now we are back. We've got. I'm also making cinnamon rolls, so that's going over there.
Yeah. It sort of shows your
Let me
face.
get my scale back to 0. You don't see my face. So now you can't see the bowl. Anyway,
Yes, you can.
so
That's
now
the
we're
bowl.
going to add 100 grams
You
of
can see the bowl.
unbleached flour. I use Great Value. I haven't found
Unbleached
a
flour.
difference. So I'm going to do 100 grams.
Look, I'm holding the bowl. I'm holding the flour. La 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 la. Oh, yes.
100 grams of unbleached flour.
It's red grass.
Leave that up in the other bowl. 0 your scale. And
That's how it's supposed to look like.
yeah. And now 400 grams of bread flour. This is the flour I use. I use so
The
much
red
of it
flour.
that I don't even put it in a container.
How much do you use?
400 grams a loaf.
400
That's just for this.
grams, and that's only for one loaf. I didn't even show it on the camera. One loaf.
I might have to open a new bag. We're gonna have just enough. Oh, we have just enough for this one. Okay, 400 grams of that, and then 12 grams of salt.
Start. That's like a salt volcano. It looks like snow.
Yep. All right, you can take me mixing it.
Okay.
And then
Just give me a.
we just mix it up into a shaggy dough.
A shaggy dough, whatever that means.
It's gonna seem kind of sticky.
You could have said sticky dough then. You don't have to use fancy words.
Well, no, shaggy. You can tell it's shaggy. There's a difference. This is not a sticky dough. This is shaggy dough. If it's sticky, you missed a step. You probably didn't add enough flour. A lot of things can affect sourdough. If your starter wasn't active, Oh, we gotta pull our muffins out.
Oh.
I'm hitting the camera.
What do I do? I can't. Okay, I'm gonna put this down.
No, hang on, because I'm about to be able to cover it up, and then we'll pause it until later.
Dude, I gotta like put this down real quick or something.
Wait, so that's what it should look like, and now you are gonna let it sit for
25 years.
No, it does feel like that, but you don't let it sit that long. For 30 minutes, and then I'll show you the next step. And I cover it with a shower cap. I got a pack of shower caps off Amazon. It's the easiest thing. I reuse them until I can't anymore, and that just sits in a semi-warm spot for 30 minutes. Wait, let me get this.
I know how to do this. I did it last time.
We have strawberry muffins coming out for breakfast. Hang on, I'm gonna get them.
We're back. Eli, say hi.
Never mind, you can pause it.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the point of that?
I changed my mind.
Mom!
So 11, 15.
Get down! Okay. Move. Goodbye for now. You must cover it up. With whatever this thing is. Plastic.
Shower cap.
Shower
Plastic
cap?
shower cap. Yeah, you get like 20 for just a couple bucks.
What is this on it?
It's a note. It's a note to remind me what time to come back and stretch it.
Oh. Put that on your sourdough bread. How do I press pause?
Yeah, you can press pause. We'll come back in 30 minutes and show them what it looks like. I'm mixing up the other one.
Where's turn it?
The second one now.
I may not.
This might be confusing to show both.
Okay, we're making cinnamon rolls, and it's the same thing.
No, I'm making the second loaf right now.
The second loaf, I mean. We're making the second loaf.
400 grams of bread flour, 100 grams of unbleached all-purpose flour.
Yeah.
Mix it up into a
She
shaggy dough.
already got it all the way started, so it's like
12
are
grams
you
of
gonna
salt.
see her put stuff in it? So what the heck does this do?
Alright, pause it, Minnie. We're going to come back. There's a lot of steps to this.
I know.
I forgot to show you this. This is a bowl scraper or a, I don't know.
Thingy poppy.
Yeah. I forgot to show you that.
It's a bowl thing.
So it helps to get
It's
it
a
all
bowl
off the
thing,
sides.
Bobby.
This one I should have done that too.
Eli, stop it. You got camera on mommy.
Yeah. I wanted you to show this. You can see it on the second bowl. You can't see what we're... So when you're mixing up your shaggy bowl and you get stuff on the sides, this helps to get it all...
Eli, stop it. Eli wants to say hi.
Gets it all down into it.
Eli, please.
Alright, you can turn it off. We'll come back part 2 when we do our first stretch.
Make sure to like and subscribe and share.
Okay, we're back. It's been actually 1 hour. I said 30 minutes, but that was for the cinnamon rolls. So let me show you. This is what my bowls look like. I usually write on a little piece of paper just to help me get my time straight. So I started at 10:45, so I knew it had to sit from 10:45 to 11:45. And then I'm about to show you how to do stretch and folds. And we're going to do 4 of those every hour. If it happens to be like every hour and a half or whatever, like after this, I'm going to repot some plants. So it might take a little bit more. Alright, so remember we did 110 grams of starter, 100 grams of unbleached all-purpose flour, 400 grams of King Arthur bread flour, this is just from memory, 370 grams of water, and 12 grams of salt in the bowl. Let it sit for 1 hour. So that was the hardest part, really. Now, well, there's a couple of steps, but you want to have wet hands, and then straight into my dough bowl. I just want to kind of scrape it up as best as I can, and this makes a pretty big loaf. You don't have to make this big of a loaf. This is the loaf I'm used to making. This is what fits my baskets. And it lasts my family about a week. We usually eat it for lunch and dinner. So you want to stretch your dough. And this first time messing with it, it's going to be kind of chunky, a little sticky. While it was sitting there, it's called auto-lees or auto-lies. Everything's like blending together. So this stretching part is going to help the gluten develop. And you're going to stretch and fold 4 times. So this first time, work it a little more than I will the other 3 times that I come back to it. And just kind of pull it apart, fold it over. Pull it apart, fold it over. The future ones, you won't even have to pull it. It'll just stretch itself. But this is a brand new baby dough. You can also just let it stretch. I actually like this part. Makes me happy for some reason. Kind of like they say, people who work in the soil. It's good for their brain. So. Alright, I've worked that one pretty good. And then I just put it back in the bowl. Clean off my hands. About as good as I can. And then I'm just going to cover it back up. And I'm going to come back. That's all I'm done so you can hear me. So I'm going to put my plastic back on, my shower cap. Cover it back up. Come back in 1 hour and I will stretch and fold it again. So I'm going to work on the second bowl. My hands are still wet. Borrow my scraper. I don't find that it's any harder to make 2 loaves as it is to make 1 loaf, because then you just get stuff messy one time. Stretch, fold, stretch, fold. And my cinnamon rolls, I just stretched and fold right before I turned this camera on, so I'm working 3 bowls. So every hour I'll just pop in here and I'll work 3 bowls, and then I can walk away and do other stuff. And the air, the warmth of the kitchen, all of it is what is making the yeast activate in the sourdough. It's gonna give us nice bread. You'll see on the next stretch and folds, I don't work it near as much as this very first time. Just trying to mix out any chunks. Feel any hard spots, just kind of mix them up. Ooh, lose my bowl. Oh, there's my helper.
I just want to play dolls with
She's
the new
playing
car.
dolls.
With the new car.
How it goes, girl.
Why did it sound like that?
Just plop it in the bowl.
Roll?
Cinnamon roll.
Cinnamon roll.
All right, see you back in 1 hour. You can pause it.
For real, we're gonna pause it for 1 hour.
Or stop it. I'll
Okay.
put it all together.
Like and subscribe.
You can't say that every time.
Dude, hold on.
Okay, another hour has passed. So, the cinnamon rolls after when I'm not taping. I'm now on the second stretch and fold. Wet your hands. And the dough is going to start to look different. Use my scraper to get it up. It's a lot smoother now. And I'm not going to stretch it. I'm going to let it stretch itself. And then I'm going to fold it and switch directions. Stretch, stretch, fold, stretch, stretch, fold, pop it in the bowl, cover it back up. What?
Can we please figure out and see if that's on somebody else's bike? Because Eli is so heavy, and I realize that it's actually fun without Eli on it.
Yeah. Oh, my dad got tired. Okay, I'm gonna do the other one.
Why would Dad get tired?
Remember yesterday? He had Ava. 20 pounds is 20 pounds. 40 pounds is 40 pounds.
Yeah, I know.
And yes, you can put that seal on Dad's bike.
Okay, good.
Stretch,
There's so much better.
stretch, and fold. And then I switch directions. Stretch, stretch, and fold. Direction,
Why is it
stretch,
wet?
stretch, fold, stretch,
Did anybody
Stretch.
clean this cup?
and fold. And the dough is going to start getting tighter and tighter and smoother as the gluten develops. I'm going to do that.
Did anybody 25 times.
Yeah. 2 or 3 more times.
Mom, there's literally like stuff
Pretty
on it.
forgiving. And then I'll show you what to look for to know when it's ready to go in the fridge. Because once you're done with your stretch and folds, you're going to put it in a basket with a tea towel and a little bit of rice flour. Forgot to mention that in the list. Rice flour
Tea towel.
lasts forever. Small bag will last forever.
That I got you.
Tea towels you can use over and over again.
That I got you.
Small basket. I got mine at Goodwill. It'll go in the fridge overnight.
Mom,
Even 2 nights if you wanted
you
to.
did not do your
If you wanted
tea
it to get
towel
more
at
sour.
Goodwill.
I got my basket at Goodwill.
Oh, you didn't get your
And
tea
then you bake it
towels.
the next day.
You didn't
We'll
get
get
tea
there.
towels because I bought that for you for your birthday.
Hey. Okay, my eyes are itchy because I've been outside. The plants. Now we're on the 3rd set of stretch and folds. And I'm only going to do 1 more after this. Wet hands. Pick up the dough. Let it stretch. Fold. You can tell it's a lot like tighter now. It's really smooth. It's not very sticky. And that's it. That's it for that one. That one's got 1 more hour, last stretch and fold, and then I'm just gonna let it do its fermenting. Second loaf. I don't even need this scraper. Oh, yeah, that makes it easier. Alright, stretch and fold.
It's a beautiful day.
Stretch
Hello. Say hello.
and fold. And stretch.
Hi.
Waving and fold
Hi.
and stretch.
I'll put you down. Don't cry, please. Please. Where's my strawberry? It's not a normal, ordinary strawberry.
Alright, we'll be back in
Look,
another
it's
hour.
not a normal, ordinary strawberry.
Can you stop the camera?
It's a strawberry with sugar inside.
Oh. Hey, don't use my coffee sugar, please.
What's coffee sugar?
Sugar in that cabinet.
Glad you gotta do a 360. How do I turn it off?
Okay, very last set of stretch and fold. Almost ready to go into the proofing basket, where I'll probably, actually I'm gonna let it sit on the counter for probably another, not long, it's almost ready, probably another hour. Stretch, fold, stretch, fold, stretch, fold, stretch, fold. So that was 4 times that came to this, to stretch and fold. Now it's like really soft and glossy and shiny, and just about ready to go into the basket with rice flour. And I'll show you that. Do the second one. Ava, what are you eating? You got some crackers. Stretch, fold, stretch, fold, stretch, fold, stretch, fold. Okay, you can get it. Just toilet paper. Toilet paper. You got it? Alright, this is the last step. So you just went over with wet hands, push it, and if the circles stay and they start to kind of fill in, you know it's been long enough and it's ready. So it's 4:30. That means it's been like 5-6 hours since we started. So now I'm going to take the dough that's been on the counter all day. You need to make sure you've got a clear space to work. And you need rice flour and a basket. I like a really small basket. And a tea towel. And the baskets don't have to be the same because I actually am doing 2 bowls, so I'll do the other one and that one. I use this one all the time, you can tell. So hang on, I'm going to set my camera up so you can watch me. Get a little flour on your counter. Put your tea towel in your bowl. Flour on the tea towel. So it doesn't, you don't want your dough to stick to the towel, and this flour will not burn when you cook it, and you're going to be cooking it at a very high temperature. So now I'm just going to take the dough, dump it onto rice flour, and we're going to shape it into a bowl. So I just pull the ends, kind of pinch them. I'm just trying to make it kind of tighten up into a round little thing. You want it to stand up straight and proud. Flip it over and I just keep pulling it as I turn it. See some nice bubbles in there. That's good. I just keep pushing it until the whole top is smooth as much as I can. If it starts to get at all sticky, a little more flour on it. And then some people let it sit for 30 minutes just like this. I haven't really noticed a big difference one way or another. If you do, so I'm going to just go straight from counter to the basket. And I'm going to do the second one in just a minute. I just want to pick this little baby up and put it right into the basket. The bottom is going to be all wrinkled like that, and that's okay. I'm just going to push it down in there. Not hard, but tight. little more rice flour so nothing sticks. And then get a Walmart bag. Just want to make sure your bag doesn't have holes in it. The whole entire thing in the bag, tie it up. And then it's going to go in the refrigerator for a bulk ferment, at least 24 hours. Some people do 48 hours. I will bake it tomorrow morning right after my cinnamon rolls because my oven will already be hot. And I'll show you how I do that. Let me get the other one. All right, so just to recap with the second bowl, rice flour, you know, I'm gonna change to this basket a little bit bigger. Really, any round thing, it doesn't even have to be a basket. At least I don't think it has to be a basket. Shape of a boule, which I think just means round bread. I can feel it getting nice and tight. Hey! One wrinkle right here that I'm just going to keep smoothing it until it goes underneath it. Get nice round. You want your bread to be able to like sit up by itself. If it's like spreading all over, that means it over fermented. So either the house was too warm or it just sat out too long. You can still bake it and you can still eat it and it will still taste good. It just won't be as pretty and poofy as sourdough should be. And once you're happy with it, put your basket in there. Bottom is wrinkled and that's okay. Sprinkle a little more. What did you clean? Flour. You know, I wonder if it'll fit better in the small one. Let me just see. I'm actually going to go with the small one. I just think it'll make a tighter loaf that way. The baskets don't really change the shape. Like, I'll shape it a little different more before I bake it. Cover it all up. This bag has a hole in it. Let me get a new one. Okay. In the bag. Tie it up to the fridge. Oh, whole thing came off. So then we're going to bring them both to the fridge for 24 hours. And I'll turn the camera back on tomorrow when I'm ready to bake them. This is another little trick, and it's a good reason to have the little bench scraper thingies. So you got like flour all over the counter. This just makes it easier to deal with it before you wipe it up. Toss it right in the garbage can. For the next thing. Hi. Okay, it's the next day. So, it's bake day. I just made my cinnamon rolls. My oven's pretty hot, but you're gonna put your oven on, believe it or not, as high as it goes, 550 degrees. It will not stay at 550 degrees the whole time, but you preheat it at 550 degrees, and I'm actually going to stick my oven, the oven is cold, it's hot, but anyway, your oven's going to start off as cold, you're going to preheat it to 550, and you're going to put your Dutch oven in it for 1 hour.
There you go.
Alright, so you get your Dutch oven. My oven is already hot, like I said.
It's warm.
On the cinnamon rolls, but if you just turned it on at 550, it won't be. But you do want your Dutch oven preheated.
Can you keep this open? It feels like a fire.
No, girl, it's hot.
It's cold out here, though.
So 1 hour. All right, see you back in an hour, and I'll show you how to score your loaf. All right, we're back, ready to bake. I don't know if you can hear me. Brody's kind of far away. So you don't have to have one of these. You can use parchment paper, but I like this because it makes it easy to drop it into the very hot Dutch oven that has been preheating for 1 hour at 550 degrees. You can use a regular knife, but this is called a bread lame. This is how I score. Makes a little design in the sourdough, and then I just keep a little bit of rice flour in my cabinet to make it easy. Also, because the bottom of my loaf tends to burn a tiny bit, I have a pan at the bottom of my oven, and I drop this in the bottom of the pan. And if you're feeling fancy, you can drop an ice cube in there, because steam, are you okay? Helps the bread rise. But I like crushed ice. And I need to get everything ready because you have to work kind of quickly because obviously you're dealing with hot and heavy oven. I mean heavy Dutch oven. So really carefully pull it out. Leave it over there. Don't touch it. I'm gonna get my bread out to the refrigerator. Where did I hide it? I have bread everywhere. No idea which one is first. See, it poofed up a little bit overnight in the refrigerator. Put it right onto here. It's a little ovally. I want it to be a little more round. I'm just going to kind of tuck it under a bit. Spread that flour out. You don't even have to add extra flour. Aww. But I like to because then you can see the design better. You want to score bread because it's going to expand. It's going to pop open as it rises. So if you put a nice big score on the side, this is where you can get a little artistic. I have to hurry because it's already spreading. Just do a nice little wheat stalk on there. All right, back up a bit. So now boil, ice.
How would you put ice?
Mix this up. Put it in there because the steam helps the bread rise more. Oh. Cover it. Back up, Kay. Into the oven. Now you want to reduce the oven temperature to 450 degrees. Just had a little bit of grease drop on me for 30 minutes. So we'll see you back here in 30 minutes and then I'll show you what's next. Hang on, baby. Okay, timer's going off. So at this point, here, man, hold it real quick. Okay. Back up. All you do is remove the lid.
Oh, it's toasty.
In there. It's almost the color I want it. But I'm going to lower it for down to 400 and give it 5 more minutes. Sometimes I'll give it 10 more minutes. It just depends. Be back in a minute. Okay, pulling the bread out. And then I'm going to throw another one in.
Heavy.
So, I'm going to take this out. I need my foil to come off because I need it for my other loaf. That's not supposed to happen.
Oh, hold on. Mom, can you put it down so I can see the goldenness?
Hang on.
So the people can see the goldenness. Oh.
You really want to wait until the next day before you cut it. But
I'm taking a picture of this for a sec. That's beautiful. Look at that golden brown and the detail.
I'm going to throw the second one in there.
Now she's gonna put the second one in there. Hop.
Ava's got to move. Hi, can you get her?
Hi, Avie.
Mama's coming. There's a little crush.
Why are you getting ice?
Her steam makes the bread pop open better.
Pop, la 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 la, pop, 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 pop. What? I have no clue what that
Yeah,
means.
I'm coming. Why? Give me 5 minutes before this in the oven.
Cha cha. Ice, ice, la la. I can't. Okay, I'll see you right. We're back from that screen, and this is what it looks before it's cooked. Just give her a second. It literally is just a big clump of dough before it's cooked. Or is it out of design?
Yep, back up.
Can I be honest? I want to do some for the camera girl.
No, just real quick. Are you actually, I already recorded this. You can turn it off.
Really?
Yeah, I can't see.
Oh.
You're a little close.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. You just need to see the bread and the beautiful. So are you doing the same detail as the other one? Okay, so that is going to turn into, just give me a sec. That.
Every bread is a little different. They all have their own personality.
But you can see it has flattened itself.
Now watch out, I gotta put this in the oven.
Now time to put it in the oven.
Make it
And
about
jump.
30 minutes.
Alright, see you in 30 minutes. We're back. It hadn't been 30 minutes, but we forgot something. Here we go.
Yeah, you want to make sure that your loaf is 200 degrees. Just to make sure it's cooked all the way inside. So that's one thing to look for, and the other thing is
200
that
degrees.
when you knock on it, it should
It
kind of sound like a door.
Da, da,
It's
da,
nice
da.
and crunchy.
Pop, 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 pop.
Yeah,
Ow.
it should look good, but you never know until you cut them open.
Cut it open for the views.
You can't. You can't cut it open until it's totally cooled off.
Okay, well.
You shouldn't cut it open until the next day.
Okay, well, now see you in 30 minutes. Bye. Usually, like always.
Alright, so this one did not start in a 550 degree oven. I popped it in at 450 and it's way lighter. So I'll probably let this one go for another 10 minutes at 400 degrees to get nice and brown. There's the dolphin. Okay, and that's the second loaf out of the oven. I'm going to leave that one in the pot to cool off. Just to save counter space.
Look how fast the guy can move his arms.
That's really fast. That's so he can swim.
Yeah, I know.
Hi. Okay, now we're coming to the cutting day, and I'll show you how I cut the bread. First, we're just going to cut it right down the middle. And you never really know what your bread's going to look like until you cut it open. So I'm hoping for a good crumb, and that is exactly what sourdough should look like on the inside. If your holes are really, really big, then you probably didn't proof it long enough. What, buddy? You found an RC car. You don't watch Mama? You done? You done with your waffle? We're coming. Okay, and then cut the next one in half just like this. Sourdough bread's pretty hard to cut, but if you wait and do it the next day or until it's completely cool, it's much easier. You want to have a pretty sharp knife. Mess that one up. Sorry about that. Bag to put it in. You get in my bag, Miss Girl. Hey, you. Well, thanks a lot. Hey, buddy, good morning. Have a good sleep. I'm going to make a puff pancake in just a minute. Baby likes her doll? Oh, that dog? Yeah, her, whatever, her star? I don't know what he said. Thank you, baby. Ava, I see you. No, ma'am. She's gonna pull the whole thing down. No, ma'am. you cut it. And then I will put it all in the bag. Okay, and there it is. Packaged up and ready to go to its new home. Ava, say bye-bye.